All right, this is going to be a side video that goes along the main one that I had done earlier. This is going to cover the workshop mod manager as opposed to Arc Remote for two main reasons. The first one being Arc Remote isn't supported anymore and it may just stop working eventually. The second one being you may want to be updating your server when you're not at home or have access to Arc Remote. You can do that through the Workshop Mod Manager. For larger mods, the Arc Remote will probably still be a little quicker, like for maps or like Anuki. For smaller mods, it'd probably be more efficient to just use this. So we're just going to cover that really quick, and then I'll have a link back to kind of where it would splice into the original video. So what we're going to do first is I always like to kind of double check what's going on. So I'm going to go open the file manager here in a new tab. And I'm going to drag that over to this side. Just have it there in the background. I'm going to open up the Workshop Mod Manager. And I want to install, in this case, we're going to do Structures Plus. So we're going to go download new mod. And we're going to take this guy's ID, which we can find up here in our URL. And I'm going to hit execute. And we'll just wait until this is done. It's going to basically download and extract the mod to our server. Okay, so it is done. The mod's now been installed onto the server. We can double check that by going over to our file manager here and then navigating down our directory to shooter game, content, and then mods. And I'm going to click on the mods folder so we bring it up over on this side. And here we have ending 991. This method will put the .mods in there. They are needed for that, where the Arc Remote does not need the extra files. So just so you know where that extra file is coming from. As you probably saw, you can also update mods from here, which is great. So you can just log into the browser really quick, save, and then stop the server, update existing mods. Now what's cool about this is what it does is it actually pings your directory for whenever you loaded this page, whatever IDs were in there. At that point in time, we just had 2. Just to double check that, I'm going to go ahead and actually just back out of this and go back into it to make sure. Yep, so now we have 3. So all you have to do is basically just go to the page that you knew updated. You can also look and see when they last updated. And then just look at the ID up here, ending in 991. If we ever want to say, for instance, needed to update Structure Plus, just make sure it's selected and hit execute, and it'll update on your server. It's as simple as that. In hindsight, this is way easier to use and set up than Arc Remote. But it's also good to know about Arc Remote as well, as if you have a lot of mods on a server, it can be a little bit easier to manage with. But it's all about having those tools at your disposal. So I'm going to go ahead and back out of this. And further on in the main video, which this will link back to in just a moment, in the top of the screen here, we'll go through adding the IDs to the active mods list in the configuration for the server. If you do this, then basically just add whatever mod ID you have here in place. In the main video, it's Monster Hunter. And then if you followed this as well, just make sure to tack this on there at the end.